Hi, I am still kind of setting up because I make good life choices. So, fun story. There was unexpected, construction work in a nearby apartment today. So I'm up, absurdly early, even from what I was planning to, because I was like, maybe I should get up early for this. But, yeah, I got up even earlier than I meant to because of that. But hi, welcome on in. There's also mowing nearby, so if you hear that, I do apologize. It's a little noisy, which is part of the reason I don't usually start this early. But I hope everyone's doing okay. I'm all over the place emotionally today, to be totally honest. I'm not feeling too bad, but I'm definitely feeling a little bit, stressed for things I'm probably going to have to talk about, but I don't want to talk about right now, if that makes sense. Like things like, there's an elephant in the room with some of the things I want to say, but I kind of don't want to get into that until we have to. So, yeah. Hi, welcome on in. Hope everyone's doing well. I already said that. It is April 2nd, 2025, so that means the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct was earlier today at 6 a.m. because of course it was. And I haven't watched it yet. I've seen some of the stuff in it, but I have not watched it myself yet. We are going to do that right now. This will probably be a shorter stream because I'm probably only going to do this, to be honest. I'm probably not going to do anything after, for the sake of I am tired. So yeah, just for the sake of my stamina and everything, I don't know. I don't know how audible that is. I have a feeling that's pretty audible, even with noise cancellation on. So I'm just gonna wait for that to pass by, I think. Watching. How much do you know? I know about 90% of the games as far as I am concerned. There may be some things I didn't hear about, but wow, that's loud. Again, I don't know how much the noise suppression is helping. Yeah, Tony Hawk. I do know about that. I know about a lot of it, but we'll get into specifics. Again, it's like a humming, but nothing loud. Okay, hopefully the game, the direct itself will drown it out. Yeah, I have noise suppression on, by the way. The NVIDIA broadcast version, which is nice. It's pretty efficient. I actually had to turn it down from 100% because it was actually too much. It was cutting off parts of my words I was noticing. So I actually lowered it a bit to 90% instead of 100%, which is why you can actually hear the mower outside. But it is a case of I think it's worth having a little bit more background noise for the sake of not chopping off my words, because I was noticing that a lot as I'm editing Mario 3 down and also Kitsune Tales for YouTube. Which, by the way, I have a YouTube channel for Let's Play style streams. Streams have been cut down into Let's Play style videos. I also have a VOD channel, Unity VODs, also on YouTube, because I'm not storing things on Twitch anymore, apparently. Yeah, I'm glad the direct seems to be well received. Asterisk, we'll get to that later. But again, we should hop in. This is a long direct. First direct of a new era. Feels kinda surreal. Window capture is actually above the overlay. One moment. There we go. I just caught that. It's fancy. I'm gonna turn that down just a little bit. Nice. Alright, so they just start with Mario Kart. By the way, one thing to note, you can crank this direct all the way up to 4K. This is the first, like, time you can do this ever. Watch the direct in 4K. It actually might be worth it just to get around some of the compression artifacting. Also, this is gonna be the first Mario Kart with, like, Kevin as the voice, isn't it? Like, this is wild, because confetti is notoriously bad for bitrate. So being able to watch this trailer above 1080p is really nice. I know there are like alternate outfits because, of course there are. You have speedboats, DK Pass, you have airplanes, so it's like an evolution of gliders, Pauline the Space roster. That's pretty. Huh. Interesting. It's very like, it feels like this is more... I don't know how to describe it. Ooh, rail grinding. Wall running, okay. The cow is playable, I've seen a lot about that. Everyone's very excited for the cow. Items are... Well, that is a oddly detailed bullet bill. I don't know how to feel about that. That is so detailed. Oh, hey. Like mid-race transformations. And a lot of outfits from Tour, which is great. Oh my god. Waluigi with Trip, I was not ready. But I was gonna say, the animations almost feel like they have a little bit of squash and stretch to them, which is nice. Not like a ton, but just a little bit to add a little extra oomph to it.
Hello everyone, I'm Koichi Kawamoto.
Why are the subtitles in French? Oh, English is just auto-generated, that's a bummer.
I'm Takuhiro Dota, the director for Nintendo Switch 2.
And I'm Tetsuya Sasaki.
Yeah, no number. It's just world. To get around like Tour is Tour mainline or not? And also the AR one.
On Nintendo Switch 2. Now, what do you think this brand new Mario Kart game will be like?
Pretty, for sure.
Entry in the Mario Kart series is launching exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Welcome to this vast world.
Oh.
Kart
Okay.
races are held throughout various regions that span the globe.
Well, that's pretty.
Depending on the time of day and weather conditions, the atmosphere will change.
Oh my god, there's weather? Is it dynamic? Or is it just like fixed?
And in this
I know
Mario Kart
that
game,
song. What is that song?
you can go
Toad
off the
Factory. Oh my
racetrack
god,
and
it
drive
is.
Virtually everywhere in this world. In the classic Grand Prix, race through 4 courses in a bid for first place.
7 cups. Interesting.
You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition.
Oh my god.
With 24 drivers in each race, the most in
Wait, look at the
series
track
history,
names.
The competition is gearing up. Through 4 courses.
Oh, Airship Fortress. Oh my god. Wario Stadium. That's a new Wario... Is that a new Wario Stadium? I don't know if it is. They aren't splitting them anymore. I mean, that makes sense because of like how the DLC in Deluxe were. Because they just kind of mixed the retro and new tracks together. But they kind of lumped everything into... Oh hey, Sky High Sunday is back. Wario Shipyard's back. Oh, that's pretty. DK Pass. I assume that's like a retro as well. Koopa Troopa Beach. Oh my god, that's a glow up. Okay, that's all the ones they show. Shy Guy Bazaar from DS. Ah. Oh yeah, that was in Tour. I do remember that one. I never played DS that much, to be honest. I never played 7 actually at all until recently, through Waze, shall we say.
Introducing Knockout Tour. Race non-stop from one corner of the world to another.
Huh. Okay.
There are multiple checkpoints.
So elimination races.
If you're below the placement shown when you hit a checkpoint, you'll be eliminated. Can you make it all the way to the finish line?
Everything's gotta be a battle royale now.
You can also freely drive around this
Oh, inside trip? You see the dolphin? Like, oh my god, the dolphin.
Be eliminated.
Huh.
Can you make it all the way to the finish line?
That might be inside drift, it's hard to tell at that angle. Anyway, free roam. This is gonna be a long stream if I keep pausing. Not that that's a problem.
By going off-road, you can explore new areas and routes. So drive
Open
wherever
world
your
Mario
heart
Kart.
takes you.
Or open zone, I'd say.
You can also go for scenic drives with friends. And even take photos together.
See, I
at
love
different
this from like an
locations.
immersive aspect of it. Of like... just getting to like chill. Like having this as like a hub game, I think is gonna be big. There's obviously Elephant in the room. This is gonna be like a $90 physical release.
Starts here. Mario Kart
To mildly play
World.
devil's advocate, at least Mario Kart's a game that people spend a lot of time on, so assuming it's good, it's a case of like,
Details about this title will be shared in an upcoming
at
Mario
least,
Kart
you know,
World
it's a game that you can kind of get your money's worth out of, even if it's
in the
ungodly
future.
expensive, just because, you know, a lot of people put hundreds of hours.
Mario Kart
Yeah, only
World
50 if you get
launches
it
on the same
bundled,
day
which
as
is
the Nintendo Switch
obviously
2.
the catch.
We'll share
I
more
like physical
details in the
games though,
future,
so this is
we
gonna
hope
be
you're
a
looking forward
difficult
to it.
generation for me, I can already tell.
Next, we'd like to introduce some of the new features of Nintendo Switch 2.
Hardware time. Again, I have seen nothing about this, but god, I hope these are like magnetic. I really hope these are Hall Effect. There's a rumor they're Hall Effect, but
We've added a new C button.
you never know with Nintendo.
Take a look at some new experiences it offers.
Yeah, I think Mario Kart is still gonna sell really well, and again, I don't even think 90s... I think 90s pushing it, but... you know, if any game is gonna be stupid expensive, at least like online games that have a lot of like, you know, replay value is better than like a single player game. And a lot of the single player games are still like 70 this gen, supposedly. So this is just Discord. Which is like, with the inshinification of Discord at the moment, I can't exactly blame them. And same with the Nintendo Today app. There's a lot of things that Nintendo's doing right now, which is just to get around inshinification. That's what it feels like to me, at least.
Feature for Nintendo Switch 2.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Like, it's literally their way to get around using external apps. Like, you know, not having to just rely on Twitter for shit, which I kinda get. Not having to rely on Discord for shit, which I kinda get. Will I just use Discord? Probably, but...
While using the game chat feature, your voice is recognized by a microphone built into the system.
Oh, okay. But you're still behind
So
me, right?
yes, Virtual Console's on the table, right?
It can pick up your
Because
speaker's
there's a
voice
mic
clearly,
now?
even from a distance.
Jump on
Oh
here.
shit, I just realized something.
Alright, let's keep going. Let's make a left.
We'll get to that later,
When it's
though.
noisy
That's a
around
nice
you,
Pro Controller,
your
by the
voice will
way.
still come through clearly, letting you chat with ease.
How did you get hit by a bow?
With ease will remain to be seen. Does anyone remember the Wii Speak?
And you can use this feature in handheld mode too, letting you easily chat with friends and family. If you open the
Yeah,
chat
64
menu,
mic, yeah.
game screen sharing,
Again, this does open up some options.
There we go, there we go.
There's something else I want to say, too. Oh my god, that feed. Oh my god. I mean, to be fair, Discord is not perfect either.
Oh, shoot! Oh!
Oh my god.
Okay, I got it.
I wonder if that's gonna be like Dino Jungle. Like a new version of that.
okay.
You love 10 FPS.
Chat to your heart's
Oh my
content.
god, it's back compatible too.
Yeah, I know that one. It's so hard, right? It's tough.
Oh, wow. I'm like in the sky right here. I fell! I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling! Okay, we got
I
it.
love when trailers try to replicate how gamers talk to each other.
Cute.
So cute.
Because I don't think that no one is ever able to
You
capture
can
that.
adjust the size of your game
It's always very, like, forced feeling. But in a way, to me, that's very funny.
or expand another friend's game screen.
At least they're honest. This is something I like by Nintendo in this generation. This is a weird thing to praise. A lot of things look like shit when they show things off. Like, the frame rate's just dying. And it's like, so many companies nowadays just glam up everything in a way that's like, oh look, here's this game that's running at like 120 FPS 4K. Totally, trust us. But like Nintendo will just show this feed running at 10 FPS and like 480p, and it's like they're at least honest about it, which I kind of have to give them some credit for.
So everyone,
It's like a lot of times they're like direct trailers. It's like, yeah, no, the frame rate's dying here. Here's the Switch port that clearly isn't running on the Switch. Yeah.
ooh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Because, yeah, a lot of times other companies will be like, here's a trailer, but we just made it 30 FPS. So, like, it's totally the Switch version.
On
It's
the
like,
right
it's not the
Joy-Con
Switch
2
version.
controller, there's an additional button. With the C button, you can pull up a
I
chat
can't wait to
menu.
accidentally hit this button constantly.
Wait, actually, guys, I got a call coming right
Yeah, I
now.
don't fake shit too often. Sometimes, like, Ancient Calamity
You can quickly and
was kind of
easily mute
embellished.
yourself
Well,
and
Sonic Boom
more.
is Sega,
And
technically,
there's
so...
this.
Okay, is this proprietary, or can you just, like,
Connecting
hook
this
up any
camera
mic to this?
Hey!
Hey, what's up? Hello.
Okay, that's kind of neat if it actually works.
Hi, how's everyone?
Like, background
doing?
removal.
Good?
If it works, that's a huge if.
And video chat while playing a game. Your face is on
Will it work? Nope, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
No.
Here's how it looks with just the camera feed.
I'm way behind,
There you
guys.
go. I bet you like
Can
that.
you wait for me?
Please look forward to games which use your camera feed like this.
Yeah, I'm never gonna use that.
No, wait. Go left.
This is really cool though, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is neat. I'm just never going to use this.
Using game chat. Even when you're apart, you can play games and hang out as if you were together in
Yeah, I have
the
a
same
different
room.
reason why.
Play together or compete in online multiplayer games. Chat while playing your personal favorites.
Yeah.
Decide your own rules for a retro game competition. Or hold a sports competition.
Hey, remember
with
this
your
game
family.
existed? I keep
All
forgetting.
together, anytime, anywhere. Game chat.
Compatible USB accessories. Like, I wonder how, like, can you just hook up like an Elgato webcam to that and have that work? Probably not. Because it's Nintendo, it's probably proprietary, like closed
Almost as if you're all
ecosystem.
playing together in the same place. The camera you saw in the trailer is the Nintendo Switch 2 camera, which will be available on the same day as Switch 2. A Nintendo Switch
Yeah,
Online
is it the
membership
expansion
will be
pack
required
or
to
just
use Game
regular?
Chat.
That's another big difference
However,
too. USB-C
it's
only,
as easy as
interesting.
possible to experience Game Chat. It will be
Hence,
available
probably you need
without
something that can
membership
at
for a
least do
limited
the
time. We hope you'll try
background
it out.
removal.
Additionally,
they let you
Game
use
Chat
it for
supports
a
the
year.
Nintendo Switch Parental Controls app, and different settings can be
Aw.
adjusted. For example,
They did another one
parental
use
permission is
apparently,
always
and
required
everyone's
when a child
enjoying
wants to
it.
use Game Chat to play with their friends.
Aww.
We'd like to introduce another new experience you can share with family and friends. On Nintendo Switch,
Oh.
even if you just have one game, you can pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend and play together.
Yeah?
On Nintendo Switch 2, you can play together locally on multiple systems using just one game.
Whoa, okay.
As shown
So this is
here,
download
even
play.
games that require multiple screens can be played if one
Like, this is
person
just
has a
download
compatible
play.
game. With Game
I mean,
Share,
this is
you can
cool.
temporarily share compatible games with others who also have Nintendo Switch
Compatible
2
games.
or a
Define
Nintendo Switch
compatible.
system. You can share a game with up to 3 other systems at a time. GameShare also supports online play
Hello?
with other Switch 2 systems, and you can use it with friends via Game Chat, which we showed earlier.
Huh.
GameShare can only be used with compatible
Ah,
games.
see, there's
This
catch.
feature is planned for
It's not
several
everything.
titles, starting with a free
But,
update
like,
for
damn, that's actually really
1051
neat.
worldwide classics on Nintendo Switch. GameShare support is also planned for select games exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. so
Yeah,
we
I
hope
can't
you
wait
look
for it to
forward
run like absolute shit though. To be totally honest. Effect
I'd like to
added.
show you the Nintendo Switch 2 system itself.
Please take a look.
It's interesting actually having the hardware devs on this.
At 7.9 inches, Switch 2 has a bigger built-in screen. Here's how
I
that
imagine
compares
it's
to
still
Nintendo
smaller than a
Switch.
Steam Deck, because
The
that's
system's
like a
thickness
chunky
remains the
system.
same.
It's skinny though. It's very thin.
With approximately double the pixels compared to Switch, you can enjoy games in greater detail on the 1080p screen.
This is a good way to demonstrate it, like really punch in, because it can be hard to tell if you just show gameplay side by side.
The screen supports
Huh.
up to 120 frames
So
per
like this is the
second,
theory of
allowing
why
for
there's no OLED version for this, is it's just 120 FPS LCD is just more feasible if this console's already this expensive. The big thing with frame rate, because a lot of times it's like your eye can't really perceive anything past 60, but the big difference with 120 is it's basically how much the system is checking for inputs. So you're checking it, it's checking twice as often, which means for a game like, you know, Tony Hawk, as Caitlin's mentioning, it feels way snappier, which is big for a game like that. HDR support, that's cool.
Is more vivid and supports
Damn.
HDR, providing more contrast.
Or fighting
between
games
light
too.
and dark
We'll get to
areas
that
of
later
the image.
probably, based on what I saw.
The all-new Joy-Con 2 controller.
I'm excited about this.
Magnetically. Strong magnets keep the controllers firmly attached.
And there's
to
a
the
release
system.
button still.
Detach your controller easily by pressing the release button on the back.
Bigger SL or SR.
The SL and SR buttons are bigger for greater comfort and control.
Yeah, I feel like
Joy-Con
handhelds,
2
or like
L4
single Joy-Cons, can be a lot more feasible. Can't wait to do like a Guilty Gear Strive,
The
like
left and right
Joy-Con
sticks
only
are now
night, like
locked.
Arxis did that one time. Alright, so this is confirmed.
Each Joy-Con 2 controller
Someone's gotta make an
as a mouse
accessory
to
that
play
makes
with
this not
compatible games.
awful. Because
Both
I
the
feel like
left
just doing
and
it like
right
this
Joy-Con
is
2
not gonna feel
support mouse
good.
controls.
Like, the ergonomics I'm very
By
fascinated
adjusting
by.
the audio balance between the ranges, sounds from the built-in speakers
They really
are
glossed over the
clearer
mouse
and more
features more than I
natural
thought they
in
would.
handheld and tabletop modes.
Again, the mic is like, this is just making me
Has a
think
built-in
DS. Like, we're gonna get DS
microphone, so you
Virtual
can voice
Console,
chat
aren't
with
we?
friends
Like,
anytime via game
it
chat.
just feels like an inevitability.
It also uses noise-canceling technology to filter sounds. so
Just
your
wait,
voice will
yeah,
come
I have a
through clearly.
feeling there's gonna be more. 3D audio, hell yeah.
Even if you don't have a surround sound system, games can be enjoyed with more immersive, three-dimensional sound, as if it were coming from all around you.
Will the stand not be
Place your
garbage this
Nintendo
time?
Switch 2 however you like with a large, sturdy stand. You can move it freely, like this.
Whoa, okay. So you can charge from the top, I
In addition
assume.
to the USB-C port found on the bottom of the system, there's one on top as well.
See, this is actually really
It's
nice.
handy for connecting a
I also feel like
USB-C
playing while
camera
charging too.
or charging in tabletop mode.
Because otherwise on Switch 1, it's like you need a stand. I use my old Kid Icarus 3DS stand straight up if I need
Nintendo
to
Switch 2
charge.
Comes with 256 gigabytes of internal storage.
That's
8
reasonable.
times that of Nintendo Switch.
For a
Store your
handheld, that's
game
pretty
downloads,
reasonable. Like Steam Deck
save
is like
data,
256 for
Reading
base
and writing
model.
data
I wouldn't be
is
shocked
also
if there's like
faster.
a model later on that's like 512, but
Use the Nintendo Switch 2 dock to connect to your TV and enable up to
okay, Ethernet's still built in. Same ports otherwise.
4K resolution for compatible games,
Wait, actually go back.
save data, and more. Reading and writing data is also faster.
Good. Load times are not good in some cases.
Use the
I want to see
Nintendo Switch 2
the internals. There's still not very much padding on this, which is concerning. I will definitely want a screen protector sooner than later, just for
Connect
the
to your
dock.
TV and enable up to 4K resolution for compatible games. HDR is also supported in TV mode.
Hell yeah. I don't even know if my TV is HDR, I think it is. But capture is a whole different thing. 2 USB ports, that's the same as the OLED.
Nintendo Switch
Wait,
2 dock has a built-in fan that keeps your
it's not the
system
same as the
cool.
OLED.
This
OLED
helps
has 2 on the
keep
side
performance
too.
stable.
Oh, it has a fan! Oh my god. Oh yeah, there are 2 on the side here, so it is basically the old Switch specs, but you have a fan now. So that kind of lends credence to this potentially upscaling a lot more, or like the dock actually doing a lot more, rather than just being an output.
On Nintendo Switch 2, you can play
We'll go
Nintendo
over this
Switch 2
later.
games, as well as
So there's a weird
compatible
thing in
Nintendo
this
Switch
game.
games. Physical and
Wait,
digital
this
games
later.
are supported.
Yeah, 4K is docked only. They said the screen is 1080p. New dog controller. Wait, actually...
as well as compatible.
Okay. Like, am I losing my mind? There's this own IR sensor on the bottom. No, that's just like a little pattern. Never mind. I thought there was an IR sensor still.
As you just saw, Nintendo Switch 2 isn't simply an improved Nintendo Switch. We redesigned the system from the ground up and packed in lots of new gameplay features. And to help players better understand the Switch 2 hardware, we're currently
It's almost
developing
invisible.
this game.
Well, yeah, my only thought is that was kind of the theory of why certain games aren't compatible. So, if it's still there, it's like, huh, then I wonder why certain games don't work.
This is
What the
Nintendo
hell am I
Switch
looking
2
at?
Welcome Tour, exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
So I was seeing complaints about this already, that this isn't bundled in, and that's like the main problem with this.
There are a lot of question mark icons here. Let's examine them. This sign reads, "Where are the magnets?" The Joy-Con 2 controllers attach to the system with magnets. And those magnets are inside the system.
Do they magnetize to SL and SR? Oh my god, they do. Yeah, it costs money to play the tutorial over the console. It's like if Astrobot was like 20 bucks. Which it could have. Astrobot's fun.
Through examining signs like these, you can discover all sorts of secrets about Nintendo Switch 2.
I didn't see an SD card on the back.
Example, the Joy-Con 2 controllers
Oh yeah,
are
Astro's
mouse
Playroom, Astrobot
and when combined
specifically.
with the gyroscopes, you can even
And then
do
like
some
Astro's rescue mission also, I
You
think.
can adjust the
I don't know
position
if that
of
was
the golf
paid or
club
not.
and aim for the cup by rotating the Joy-Con 2.
Because that was like a
By combining
PSVR
the
thing.
mouse
I think that
controls
was
and
paid though.
gyroscopes, things like this are possible. There are secrets to discover even as you're playing mini-games and tech demos. Some of the secrets range from the unique features of the system to tiny details you might not notice until they're pointed out. There are plenty.
Wow, okay, that's
Just the
weird.
position of the
Like this is a small thing.
details you might
But
not
like, this is like Nintendo kind of showing the internals, which is like not something they usually do.
There are plenty.
I know why they're doing it this time, but it is weird.
Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour will launch as a paid digital game on the same
Like literally,
day
if it's
as
like 10
Nintendo
bucks,
Switch 2.
shrug, it's
So
still
please check it
weird.
out
But
you're
if it's like
interested.
50, then that's highway
Now,
robbery.
I'd like to share some more information
It's like
regarding
$5
Nintendo Switch
maybe.
2. This is
This is
game
also
art
not
for
good,
Nintendo
in my
Switch 2
opinion.
titles. It's the same shape as
Oh,
Nintendo Switch game.
never mind. Did not add that part
It's
yet.
now red, and it has much faster data reading speeds.
The problem is this is still
Next up,
proprietary, so it's
additional storage.
extremely expensive to produce.
Switch 2 will only work with micro SD express cards. They're a different type of SD card and will make high-speed data transfers possible.
Wait, did this say only?
Please note that regular micro SD cards used for Nintendo Switch will not be
God damn it.
Additionally, to transfer data from Switch to Switch 2,
Uh-huh.
you can log into your Nintendo account to use the system transfer feature.
Oh, so that
With
still
this
works.
feature, you can transfer save data, digital games, and more. We're also releasing a new Pro controller.
Oh, good. The C button is in a place where you can
It has a
very
C
easily hit
button,
it.
which launches Game Chat, and on the back there are new GL and GR buttons,
This is my button on the right, the girls love button.
which you can use.
There's
to
also a
assign
headphone jack.
existing
That's
button
nice.
controls. In addition, an audio jack has been added. We've introduced a few new features, and after today's
Back paddles are going to be great. My one surprise with this is they literally just look like the 8-bit dough ones. I thought they would do like a different solution for this. Also, this is weird to think about, not counting an Elite, because that's like 200 bucks. This is the first time like a sort of like, this is going to be like a $90 controller. So like cheap is not the right word, but like, this is also going to be the awkward thing, because like you can just buy an 8-bit dough controller, and it'll probably be better than this and cheaper. So like that's a weird problem with this. But anyway, just ignoring that for a moment, like I think this is the first time like a main flagship controller has just straight up had back buttons. Beyond like, yeah, because there's the PlayStation Elite, or like the PlayStation
We
$200,
introduced
the
a few
Edge.
new features.
And then you have the Xbox Elite, and those are like
The official
$200.
Nintendo Switch 2 website will go
Oh yeah, the
live.
analog too.
There will
That is
also be an Ask the
frustrating thing with.
Developer
I think
article
some of them
on the
have like
website.
trigger
The three of us
stops though
will talk
for
about the
Switch.
development of Nintendo
Like you can
Switch
set a
2.
trigger stop.
hope
I
you'll check
don't know if
that out
that's the
as
case or
well.
not for all of them.
And now, the Nintendo
If it
Switch 2
doesn't,
launch
I thought the
date.
Ultimate 2 did. That just came out, but that also doesn't work on Switch.
Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June 5th.
That's like way
We're very
soon.
much looking forward to the day when you all get to experience it.
It doesn't
please
really-
wait just a bit longer.
It's basically what they did for Switch 1, to be fair. Like
Now,
a
broadly speaking, on
2
Nintendo
month
Switch
gap.
2, you can play 3 types of games.
Yeah.
The first type is Nintendo Switch 2 games. These games take advantage of the performance and features of Switch 2.
2 months after this, yeah, that's fair. I don't know when the hell I'm getting this.
Compatible games.
So here's a weird thing. The UK trailer is right where the arrow is pointing, very conveniently where I paused it. The UK trailer shows Crafted World. This trailer shows Woolly World, which isn't on Switch. So it's like, is this a mistake? Or did they leak something? So I'm seeing some claims online that this might be a new render as well, so they might have accidentally leaked that they're porting Woolly World, which I hope they do. I love Woolly
on
World.
Nintendo Switch.
Like, that would be a Switch 1 game for sure. It would
Nintendo
run
Switch 2
easily if it's on Wii U and 3DS.
Some games
Additions. So these are like the
upgraded versions that offer
upgrades
things like
that aren't just like
visuals,
patched
unique
up.
ways to play on Switch 2 and more. Now, I'd like to show you the Nintendo
Alright.
Switch 2 edition of Super Mario Party Jamboree.
That was fast.
Please take a look.
Super Mario Party Jamboree is getting an upgrade on Nintendo Switch 2. The upgrade expands on the base game and adds new features, including mouse controls,
Oh wow.
audio recognition,
Oh good. This will totally work.
expressive rumble, and gameplay that uses a camera accessory. All of which can be accessed on Switch
Actually, that's a
2.
good question. The Joy-Cons are still digital
Let's check
triggers,
out
aren't
3
they?
new and updated modes. First up is Mario Party mode. With a single camera, up to 4 players can join the festivities. You'll be able to see each other's faces as you play, so you can experience all the reactions and emotions.
Graphically, it
in real
looks
time.
like there's still no anti-aliasing. Like the shadows on Yoshi in that one cutscene look pretty, like, blocky still. So that's interesting.
Up next, it's Bowser Live, a mode where the livelier team wins. Bowser will bring you on stage.
Oh my god.
Hit blocks to collect the most coins.
I can't wait for no one to play this mode because it's too much work.
And compete in other mini-games using full body movement and sound.
There's gonna be a WarioWare that
Take a
uses
ride
camera
on
and it's gonna be
self-controlled
wild.
carnival
Like, I
coaster.
guarantee it.
With the safety bar lowered and secured, you're off.
Oh yeah, the flower from Wonder.
Use mouse controls to shoot down enemies while you feel the bumps and rumbles of the coaster.
So
You enter
like,
a pipe, a mini-game will begin. There's a bouldering game.
Alright.
2 players each control an arm. And one where you shake a can of spray paint and quickly tag objects. Enjoy the thrill of these intuitive mini-games. How quickly can you reach the station?
neat.
From mini-games that use a camera, the built-in microphone, mouse controls,
Okay, so like for a living room setting, how good does the mic have to be to pick up your voice from that far
Super
away?
Mario Party Jamboree, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, plus Jamboree
I'm reading the fine print.
TV launches on Nintendo Switch 2, July 24th.
Huh, alright.
Nintendo Switch 2 players
Hey.
who already own Super Mario Party Jamboree can upgrade to Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Jamboree TV by purchasing an upgrade pack.
How much though? Is it like $10 like
Please
PlayStation?
look forward
Because
to
that's
a
not
new
like
Mario Party experience, where you can see
unreasonable-ish.
each other's reactions while playing.
Also, I wonder if they're doing upgrades
Let's
with
continue
Ew.
presenting some more Nintendo
Okay, that's
Switch 2
that's
edition
pushing it. That will be 10. Ah.
Nintendo Switch 2 editions of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom feature enhanced resolution and frame rates. and also support HDR.
Damn, that's...
which
Oh my
makes the
god.
image more
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing here. Let's show the worst performing area of the game that's actually running well. Like, Korok Forest is like 15 FPS at launch. They bumped up to like 20 FPS by the end. But like this ran like absolute ass on a launch day version. So them explicitly highlighting the Korok Forest, they know what they're doing.
also support HDR, which makes the image more vibrant.
It is more
You
vibrant.
can play with smoother, higher
See, like,
definition
I'm a
graphics.
sucker for these games. I will probably go for this if I had a Switch 2.
You can
I'm
get even
never gonna
more
use
out of your
this,
adventures in Hyrule
admittedly.
using Zelda Notes.
but
This
like,
new
you know,
feature can be accessed via the
Tears of
Nintendo
Kingdom,
Switch app on smart
4K, 60
It's a
FPS,
game-specific service
I might be
exclusive
kinda
to
into
the
that.
Switch 2 editions of these titles.
Amiibo.
For example, it can
Auto
help
build
guide you to
sharing.
various locations, like shrines and Koroks you haven't found yet.
Guidance activating.
Huh.
Proceed north.
Jesus Christ, why do you have a GPS in this game? This is like the silliest
You
thing.
can share your creations using QR codes and send them to another player to create
that's
in their
neat.
game.
Hello. Welcome on in. I'm just going through this direct for the first time.
We hope these features will make your adventures even more enjoyable.
I mean, again, I love these two games. I will probably be into it.
In Kirby and the Forgotten Land,
Ayo.
you'll be able to enjoy an additional story exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition. along
Again,
with improved
I'm a sucker for
graphics
this
and frame
game.
rates.
Wait, whoa, hold on. Hold on.
This story takes place in the Forgotten Land after being struck by a powerful meteor that's causing some mysterious changes.
I'm gonna let this play,
We
however.
hope you're looking forward to Kirby's
Oh,
new
is this 60
adventure.
FPS? Okay, one moment. Is it like this? Okay, yeah, it's 60 FPS. I was just checking. It's like I have a hard time seeing it personally.
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond
Okay, so I'm gonna
and
back up
frame
here.
rates.
My lore brain is going off.
Exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
That's a heart.
Along with improved graphics and
That is a heart. I have concerns, and I'm not gonna elaborate. I play enough Kirby to know that
this
heart
story
probably
takes
is gonna
place in
have
the
some
Forgotten
effed up
Land
lore
after
to
being
it.
Struck by a powerful meteor that's causing some mysterious changes.
I just think of like the Star Allies, you know,
We hope
plot
you're
stuff
looking forward
without
to Kirby's new
spoiling
adventure.
that game. See, like I love Forgotten Land.
Metroid Prime
I
4 Beyond
kinda be
will
into
have
that.
both a Nintendo Switch and a Nintendo
it's not an
Switch 2
eye or something, yeah. All right, it's pretty.
In addition to
Okay,
standard
mouse.
controls,
Ooh.
you can use
Huh,
mouse
okay. So instead of just being like, okay, you just move the mouse like a mouse, like tilting it actually also works. That's interesting.
controls for intuitive gameplay on Switch
Like,
2.
yeah, instead of just scrolling it, like, you know, scrolling the camera, just
You
tilting
can
it
explore
works.
the immersive world in 4K at 60 frames
Handheld
per
mode
second,
1080p 60
or enjoy
FPS.
smoother action in full HD.
So, like, Digital Foundry is a channel that does a lot of pixel counting and frame rate testing on a lot of games. They had, like, direct capture footage of the first trailer for Prime 4, and they actually deemed that it was Switch 1 footage all along. I don't know if the latest trailer was Switch 1 footage, because I don't know if they got to that yet. But either way, they found it was sub 1080p. It was like 1600 by 900 with some frame rate drops. So that's why they were convinced that that was actually Switch 1 for the first trailer. I
120.
don't know about the second trailer, but again,
Choose
it's
from these two
everyone
modes
thought this was going to happen. This is not a surprise to
based on
anybody.
your preference and playstyle.
1080p
Plus,
120 FPS.
Pokemon Legends ZA, which is scheduled to launch later this year, will not only receive a Nintendo Switch
I really
version,
want to see
but
the
a Nintendo
comparison of
Switch 2
these.
edition as well. By taking advantage of the power of Switch 2, you can enjoy your adventure in Lumio City with enhanced resolution and frame rates.
Again, I can't tell if that's 60 FPS or not, but it's like the first 60 FPS Pokemon game in forever, if it is.
And digital versions.
So they're
And if you've
reprinting,
already
kind of like
owned the Nintendo
PS5.
Switch version of a game, you can play the Nintendo Switch 2 edition by purchasing an upgrade pack. We hope you're looking forward to these Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games.
Unfortunately, I am, because I'm a sucker.
Next, I'd like to introduce a brand new game featuring mouse controls with the Joy-Con 2 controllers. Please take a look.
Like, I'll be honest with myself. I see the ooh shiny, cool new thing, and I'm like, yeah, I want that. Yeah, I hope Splatoon gets support for mouse. I could go for another season, to be honest. Like, I can go for some new like Splatoon DLC. Okay, this is kind of neat. Drag and drive. Huh. I mean, this is gonna be tiring. My only like gripe with it is I love like the idea of ARMS. I only played it through an NSO trial one time, so I never really dedicated too much time to it. This is giving me blast ball energy. Like, does anyone remember that? Like, if that was even what it was called? But it was like, it was a pack-in with like Metroid Prime Federation Force, which was like Rocket League. It's just Lucio Ball, but with like Metroid Federation soldiers. Like, this is giving me that energy, but as more of a tech demo. My only thing is like ARMS, for example, has like very individualized characters, so these are just fairly like
In Drag and Drive,
like
you'll use both
uniform
Joy-Con
characters.
to intuitively pull off various
Like, I
moves.
almost wonder if like with
We hope
Mii's,
you're
if
looking
this would
forward to
feel a
new
little bit
twists on
spicier
3-on-3
and more
matches and
exciting
dual
to
mouse
me.
controls.
Again, this is one of those games
Here are
that
some
really
games
depends
from
on the price.
publishing
If it's like
and development
$50,
coming
like,
to
hell
Nintendo
no.
Switch 2.
It looks neat, but like not like full price game. Hello, that is a frame rate.
This world is in dire need of repair.
I mean, this is the Skyrim of Switch 2. I'm calling it now. If it doesn't run horribly. But like, I mean, it's on Steam Deck too. It doesn't have as much oomph as Skyrim did back in the day. But there's just something cool about like, oh hey, Elden Ring's on a Nintendo console.
I have no doubt. You
Like the
will
only other one is like a couple Souls games. Dark Souls are on Switch, I think.
May you take the throne.
Which I mean, I assume Armored Core is gonna hit Switch 2 then. Switch 2 also, I need to specify.
Hey, I'm Greg Kasavin from Supergiant Games. Here to say that
Damn, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. I think he used to work at GameSpot back in the day.
Introduces the Princess of the Dead, an immortal witch out to vanquish the sinister Titan of Time. You'll battle beyond the underworld to the ends of the earth, getting to know dozens.
I definitely feel like the voice actor stuff with this game kind of dulled some of my enthusiasm for it, unfortunately, because there have been issues with like all the like union stuff and the SAG-AFTRA stuff that's been going on. Again, I don't know the full details, but it's just kind of like, eh. It's still exciting, but oh yeah, no, Nakayama. So this must be Street Fighter. Local wireless. New modes exclusive to Switch 2. Oh no. Welcome back, Street Fighter 4 3DS edition. There'll be a standard edition and a Years 1 and 2 edition. There's a huh. I was gonna say this is weird, but then Monster Hunter also got first party. Like Monster Hunter also got an amiibo, so Capcom just gets amiibo a lot, and Mega Man got an amiibo too. Interesting choices. A lot of people think Luke, Jamie, and Kim are kind of like the Ken, Ryu, Chun of Street Fighter, the new generation, but successful this time. To put it bluntly, because the actual new generation was not good, apparently. Same day, but what? Amiibo cards? Okay. Hello. I mean, that's some pretty slick art, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of past my amiibo collecting days, so Elena must be out by June 5th. Yeah, I would imagine so.
Initiating Arsenal boot sequence. Weapon safety mechanism confirmed. All operating at normal levels. Testing data link with spine. Normal.
What am I looking at?
Launch.
Oh, is this like...
where our freedom was restricted, we will finally...
Oh, this Demon Ex Machina, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm in need of a new arsenal, new equipment, and money. I'm for sale, and you're buying.
Rebels!
I was like, this looks like Xenoblade X, but it can't be. This is like the third-party section. Yeah, I know that font choice. Apparently there's someone data mined an image of Elena from the battle pass that just happened. I still haven't picked up the DLC. I still haven't finished World Tour. I kind of got stuck because I'm really bad at Street Fighter. I wish I was better at Street Fighter. Oh hey.
I'm super excited for Split Fiction to come.
Fun story, It Takes Two is on Switch 1. It doesn't run great, but it does run. Did notice those for the amiibo cards no Terry or Mai? Yeah, that tracks, unfortunately. I've heard amazing things about this game. I really want to play it, but it's co-op only, so I need to actually figure out someone to play it with.
And of course, you'll be able to play Split Fiction on the day Switch 2 launches.
At EA Sports, we're bringing fans together across the world, both on the pitch.
Okay, so is this gonna be like a Switch 2 edition where it's just garbage and just like the old version just renamed? Because that's how like Switch has been getting sports games for a long time. It's been really like fascinating. So wow, that was like nothing to go off of. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. I don't want to see this game more than I have to. Okay. Obligatory fuck JK Rowling. Anyway, Tony Hawk. On a much happier note. So I'm gonna ask Caitlin in chat, because I have not been following this game closely. How does this look? Compared to like what we've seen of the other versions. Like, does this look pretty decent? Yeah, it's like I have never played a Tony Hawk game, so I don't really have a point of reference to like the console versions. Because I know like the PS, like the 1 and 2 Switch versions were like playable. Oh, okay, SpongeBob jump scare. Yeah, I know 1 and 2 was like rough, but very playable. Like locked 30 FPS, it just graphically didn't look great. So this is something I really was hoping for, but not for this. I love Hitman. I'm not gonna be like overly bitchy about this because I'm happy this is happening. I thought we were gonna get Resident Evil first. I legitimately thought we would start seeing cloud versions on Switch get actual dedicated versions. Did you see the not Mario Hitman suit? What?
We are bringing our flagship title, Hitman World of Assassination, to Nintendo Switch 2. As the best assassin in the trade,
Oh wow, that...
Agent 47 does everything he can to...
Oh wait, is that the one in like Sapienza in the base game? Like, because you can find like 2 plumbers in Hitman 1.
Accomplish his mission. And how each mission...
I mean, it looks decent. Again, this is a cloud game on Switch 1. I would not be shocked if we see like Control and also the Resident Evils show up as like actual dedicated releases. And I would welcome it because I like Resident Evil. I like Control. I like Hitman. I like Kingdom Hearts. I want all these... What? Hold on. Oh wait, I did see something about this, but I just didn't expect it to happen during the Switch 2 event of all things. This has been known forever that, I don't know if this is gonna get my stream in trouble, now that I think about it.
James Bond. The world's favorite spy is coming to Nintendo Switch 2, so stay tuned.
So yeah, I mean, that was just a teaser trailer. Thank you, Phase.
The story of light and shadow that never...
Hold on. This is Bravely Default. I forgot this was here.
Reborn.
I read that Bravely Default was here. I forgot it was here. People are mad about this though, because this is gonna be one of the download games. Like this is gonna be one of those physical games that's just like a cart that downloads the game for you. So it's like, why the hell is Bravely Default not like too big to put on a Switch cart? It's a 3DS game. That's just Square being cheap, I'm gonna be blunt. And Square Enix is like that with games a lot of times. So I'm not shocked. I can still be like disappointed by it though. I mean, it's neat, but again, I wish it was actually on cart. Oh hey, hi, like a dragon jump scare. I forgot this was here too. 60 FPS looks like. Is it? I mean, cutscenes might still be 30. I still need to finish this game. I have it on PS4. Hello. That looked new. As someone who has not played this game.
We'll have more games.
They're adding an English dub. I think they said like somewhere what they're adding. Like I think they're adding like a multiplayer mode. Is what I read, but I think I'll look up some stuff later.
Show a game being developed in collaboration with Nintendo. Please take a look.
All right. Koei Tecmo. So this is oh okay. This is weird. I know what game this is because I saw it online. This isn't Omega Force. AAA Game Studio. Like what is that?
When the Zonai, who descended from the heavens, joined hands with the Hylians, who dwelled on the surface. Their union led to a great and prosperous kingdom. But in
I saw in the press release they're saying this is canon. I feel like people are very jaded after Age of Calamity.
A war was fought to vanquish this evil, one which future generations would call.
I like Hyrule Warriors. I'm into this, to be honest. I'm down.
Perhaps you truly have traveled back.
Hi, Dimitri.
So that's
I mean,
Hyrule Castle?
yeah, like, is this actually the story leading into the Tears of the Kingdom? Or is it gonna be another rug pull, like Age of Calamity was? Like, I love Age of Calamity, I'm not gonna deny that, but... Sararu is playable. Minoru. Wait, well, would she have that yet? I mean, it makes sense for a moveset, but it's like, does that make sense? The fascinating thing with Hyrule Warriors compared to like Fire Emblem Warriors is how bespoke a lot of the movesets are. So a lot of them feel a lot better just because you have very individualized character movesets. Fire Emblem is a lot more homogenous because it's class-based. Also, will the sages actually get like faces this time instead of just wearing helmets all the time? Because that was like a weird detail in Tears of the Kingdom. I have issues with Tears of the Kingdom's story, even though I love the game. The story is like weirdly told.
Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment.
My like hot take, this isn't even a hot take, but like my hot take on Tears of the Kingdom is it has a better story than Breath of the Wild told worse because of how many redundancies there are. But I think the story is objectively, like on paper, more interesting to me. It's just told weirdly.
And now, some news about Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah?
You can continue to enjoy Nintendo Switch Online on
Is there
Switch
gonna be a
2.
price raise?
And with Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack, you can enjoy a new membership benefit exclusively on Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
I already saw this, but I'm still gonna be happy. Sort of. Yep, GameCube. Can we turn off the goddamn border, though? That's what I want.
We'll be getting a new classic game library exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo
Yeah, we're getting DS,
games
aren't we?
Released in 2001. Here are the titles that will be available at launch.
at launch.
Legend of Zelda game that looks like a cartoon come to life.
Okay, so everyone's been wanting Wind Waker HD. I think this confirms that whoever said Wind Waker HD was happening years ago was just full of shit. Because obviously we're not getting Wind Waker HD on Switch at this point.
Controlling the wind using a mysterious baton.
That's why I don't really believe insiders. I will read what insiders are saying because I'm curious, but I really don't give it too much, like... I don't, like, believe it until I see it.
In this 3D, weapons-based fighting game, each fighter comes equipped
Yeah, I don't believe it. I'll be like, that's neat if, big if true, but I'm not gonna believe every insider under the sun just spouting nonsense. They're renaming it to Nintendo Classics. That makes sense. F-Zero. The weird part is GX kind of runs, or X runs bad on Switch. There's frame rate drops. So I wonder if even, like, how good this is gonna run. I'm excited about Soul Calibur. I still have my physical copy somewhere. Ads are about to start, so we'll pause after the GameCube stuff. And then we will resume, because I actually need to use the bathroom. I should have done so before. Oh my god, this stupid ass cutscene, I love it.
Games that support multiplayer, up to 4 can play together locally or online.
So here's the other thing, what I want for N64, so for those who don't know, NES and SNES use rollback. I want them to go back and patch the others to use rollback, because N64 is not possible on Switch 1 for obvious reasons. N64 emulation is notoriously difficult, so like I wonder if this will be rollback or the weird ass like delay based. It's probably going to be not good, but
games with clearer image quality and higher resolution than the original releases. You can also check the controls for each type.
Go back.
Than the original releases.
We never see Melee. Yeah, that would be funny. Load. Okay, so is there? Can you rewind? Because that is kind of indicative of how like good the settings are, or like how well these run. So yeah, it's like they basically emulate it with like the analogs. Oh my god, they're actually having customization. Please put this into the other apps. For the love of god, put these into the other apps. Sunshine, Fire Emblem, ooh. XD. Strikers. This might be the best Strikers on Switch. Chibi Robo, hell yes. Luigi's Mansion explains why that wasn't bundled in. Coliseum, I never played that game in full. I got to Entei. I almost said Entei's name really wrong, and you can probably guess where I was gonna go with that. But I got to the Entei fight and could not catch him, so I gave up and I sold the game because I made good life choices as a child.
Nintendo Classics, the Switch 2 exclusive game library coming to Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack,
Neat.
launches the same day as the hardware's release. And
okay, there is a ZL here. And there's a button up here too.
It can connect wirelessly and also
so ZL, capture, home, C, USB-C. So this has one benefit over the 8-bit though, by having the extra button. This will probably work in the next Smash Bros. Whenever that is. This is gonna be like $70 though, probably.
to quickly access.
There's a joke reference you can make to Chibi Robo. I'm just glad Chibi Robo is here at all, to be honest.
GameCube controller, exclusively
Mario 3D All-Stars. Oh, true. That as well. The funny part is if Sunshine's on there, there's not like a point to keep using that version if Sunshine is... Well, actually, it might not be widescreen. It's also very awkward because I just started a replay of Sunshine on all 3D All-Stars. So yeah, ads are about to start up again, so I'm gonna take this opportunity to take a short break, and then we'll finish watching this. Hi, I'm back already. Obviously the ad is still running, so we will let that play first, and while that's happening, I'm actually gonna go queue up some other stuff. One, I need to look up the Like a Dragon stuff. I'll go dig that up. Maybe just typing Yakuza is not the most productive search result. Now that I'm thinking this through. I'm just gonna like comb through Gamatsu probably and just like check everything. Yeah, And there's a lot in Gamatsu, so we'll probably skim through some of this stuff in a bit. Yeah, it looks like ads are about to wrap up here, so we'll get back to it momentarily. Yep, there it is. So we'll hop back to it. Hi, welcome on in. I feel like this is one of those times where I'm definitely going to be like, hi, if you enjoyed the stream, thank you. I hope everyone's having a good day. I hope everyone's enjoying the stream. Yeah, if you enjoy, you can follow to be notified when streams go live. You can follow my YouTube. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Yuna Fox. And there's also Yuna VODs. That's the VOD channel, which has full streams other than like chopping out the intermission parts where I'm totally stepped away. And then Yuna Fox is for like cut down versions, sort of a let's play style or highlights. I might do more original content over there though. I have a Ko-Fi or a Ko-Fi, Ko-Fi.com/UniliFox. If you enjoy the streams and want to do any additional support, you can use that as a tip jar, or subscribe or give bits or whatever. I don't show myself enough, so I'm trying to get better at that. I always feel awkward doing that, to be honest, because it's like, oh, I'm a small channel. I don't know if I should really be like selling myself like this. Yeah, I think that's about it. I also have a throne. Not much is on there yet. With the prices in this direct, you may see more things on my throne account. To be extremely blunt. But like, you know, jokes aside, let's hop back to it. Hopefully it's still capturing the right window and not something I should not be showing on stream. Hi Icy, welcome on in. But yeah, hi Caitlin, hi Freeze, hi Mario, hi Esper, cause I've been so absorbed, hi Sheena. I don't think I really said hi, cause I've just been kind of absorbed in this, direct. It's been a good direct. Again, the only problem is what's after the direct, which we'll get into, a little bit later. Alright, let's hop back to it then.
As Nintendo Switch 2.
Whether you're familiar with the games or haven't played them before.
Okay, interesting face frame. My one thing with this is, it's funny because everyone complains about the graphics in Wind Waker HD because of the bloom being cranked up so high that basically removes the cell shading. So like, to me, the perfect version of Wind Waker would be Wind Waker's HD, like, texture work and like high resolution and quality of life upgrades, like Triforce Quest and all that stuff, like being trimmed down, but with like a look closer to Wind Waker on GameCube. That'd be the perfect version for me, but we're not getting it clearly.
You can continue to play select games from the system shown here on Nintendo Switch 2. Okay.
Are they updating those apps though to have better features, like button mapping? That's what I want to know. Like, because being able to map GoldenEye without like digging through Switch OS settings would be great. Because GoldenEye is like, does not... Hi Toby! I forgot this was here. Alright, I guess I need to play Deltarune now. I've been putting it off for a little bit, but I was always kind of like, oh, well, I'll play it when we get a release date. So I guess we got a release date for the next part, so... Field of Hopes and Dreams is such a good song though, and I've never even played the original Deltarune. I just know it's a banger. What am I looking at? Like a rhythm mode? Chapter 1 and 2 are already available. 3 and 4 are gonna be with the paid update, it's $25, but all future chapters will be free, from what I gather. So it's not a bad price. It will be on old Switch too.
Hi, I'm Randy from
Oh, Randy pitched for a jump scare. I wonder if they'll also patch the older Borderlands to run better.
Borderlands is back. Loot and shoot your way through a world filled with wild enemies.
Sometimes I question how Randy Pitchford still has a career with some of the allegations against him. And I will leave it at that. I don't really have much interest in Borderlands, I'm not gonna lie.
We'll be sharing a lot of the game in the months ahead, and there's more from 2K on the way.
Because he owns the company, yeah.
I'm Dennis
Hi,
from
hi,
Firaxis
Fire Axis. This must be Civ,
We're
yeah.
releasing a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Sid Meier's
I don't know how Civ
7.
7 runs on Switch
In
1, to be
Civ 7, you'll
fair.
establish an empire and guide your people throughout the ages of history.
I kind of fell out of Civ, to be honest.
Players can enjoy a more intuitive
Okay,
gameplay
that
experience.
tracks, but also
Civ 7
would be
launches
very
on the
helpful.
same day as Switch 2. And if you already own the Nintendo Switch version, you can experience mouse controls on Switch 2 by purchasing the upgrade.
Okay, so another upgrade path.
And we have even more news from 2K.
Oh?
Hi, I'm Lionel James.
I don't know what this
And I'm
is.
Bishop. Our final announcement for today is that WWE 2K
Oh.
is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Well, that was slightly anticlimactic.
We can't wait to
It's like, is it gonna be like Mafia or something? It's like, oh, it's just sports games.
Four kids find this old tattered map. Off they went armed with nothing but youthful
Interesting.
enthusiasm and a profound lack of preparation. Boom! Terrible at steering a raft. Let's slay some trees. Awesome!
I'm like, what is this? I assume we're entering like an indie slash like third party section for a little bit before the end.
Really have started to master this.
There's sort of the sense though with a game like this of like, I mean, I'm sure it's good. Or at least I hope it's good. I'm sure it's fun, but like,
Let's set sail. This time for home.
I just kind of wonder what like sets it. Oh, that's Konami? Oh.
I'm Dave Crooks from Dodge Roll.
Gungeon. I still need to play either of these.
Dodge countless bullets and aim for the gun.
Was this already known about? Because I don't remember hearing about there being a Gungeon 2.
You can expect some fan favorite elements to return. We're still working on the game, and we're excited.
Oh, that is
to share
new.
more with you in the
That
future.
is an interesting get then. I see this and I'm like, what am I looking at here? Oh, that was an old Konami series, I take it. Huh. Survival Kids. Interesting. It's weird seeing Konami, like, making video games again, and often games are like, this is actually not bad. Like, people like Silent Hill 2 Remake. People liked... I guess it's just Silent Hill 2 Remake so far. Like, the other one was bad, apparently. Silent Hill F, I think. No, F is like the one by the Umineka writer. Silent Hill... God, what was the name of the free one? That was like not good, apparently. Starseeker? Interesting. Devolver? Okay.
Hello, my name is Adam Badowski from CD Projekt Red.
CD Projekt Red, oh my god. Never mind, this might be the Skyrim of the Switch 2, not Elden Ring.
It's an open-world action-adventure RPG set in Night City.
To be fair, Cyberpunk heavily like favors NVIDIA GPUs, which is what Switch actually uses. Like the other consoles are AMD, so there's a chance if like there's a chance this actually doesn't run like total garbage. Hi, Naoka Hamaguchi, FF7 remake. Will the door look good? That's the litmus test of versions of this game. What does the door look like? The door in Sector 7 that everyone was mad over. This looks like 30 FPS. But I don't know if it's just me. Huh. I had a feeling they would announce something Final Fantasy. I almost thought it would be 16, because that game frankly needs to recoup more costs, if I'm gonna be blunt. Sizzle Reel. Kinitsugami. I heard decent things about this, but it was just kind of niche. Hi, Silk Song. Okay, Silk Song jump scare. Harvest Moon. I don't know why this needs a Switch 2 version. Skybound Games. 2 Point Museum. 2025, allegedly. Wild Hearts. I forgot that anyone... Wait a minute. Koei Tecmo America. So, like, EA isn't publishing this version. That's interesting. Because I think that was EA published originally. Witchbrook. Again, this is the one being published. Puyo Puyo Tetris jump scare. I was not expecting this. I did not hear about this at all. I don't know what's different though. Rune Factory. Cosmic Invasion. Again, a lot of these are probably just gonna run very comparably. Outlaws, that's kinda neat. Again, don't know how it'll run, but that's cool. I thought we'd get Shadows before, I thought we'd get Assassin's Creed Shadows before Outlaws. But that's neat. How am I? I am okay, I think. I hope. Wait, well, hold on. I tabbed out to check something. And we're still getting games being shown. Nobunaga's Ambition. Awakening Complete Edition. That's a lot of words, I don't know what... Oh, a new Fast game. Shinen is like always good at pushing boundaries for a console launch, so I'm really fascinated to see how that game performs. That'll probably be 120 FPS. Reanimal. Interesting. Giving Little Nightmares. Fortnite. Sorry. This is something I can actually gauge. I'm like looking. I mean, I was trying to see if it like had all the Lumen features of like the other console versions, because let's be real, the Switch 1 version of Fortnite does not look good. Layton. Again, this is another I'll believe it when I see it. Level 5 is the company of all time. I don't know why Tamagotchi needs a Switch 2 edition. Just because it's Tamagotchi. That was just the OG Season 2 and Storm King trailer. So it wouldn't have given any clues on how it actually performed. Oh well.
We've shown a lot of games so
There's
far.
still 10 minutes left, god
The next game
damn.
will be the last from our publishing and development partners. Please take a look.
Wait, huh? Did he say games or game? Because I know there's more than one game here. Got that Leon Kennedy hair. Oh, this last third party, I think is what they meant.
My blood.
Born?
I give you.
I know what this is, that's why I can make the joke.
Turn. Oh, wheel.
I assume I know what this is at least, because I did hear a lot of people being like, wait, what the hell? This is like a Switch 2 game?
Of moonlight.
What's that reminding me of? Just a game with like a hand sigil like that. Am I thinking Fullmetal Alchemist? There's something else though. There's something else that this is reminding me of, and I don't think it's entirely FMA. It is FromSoft. It is basically legally distinct Bloodborne as far as I can tell from everything I was reading online. I haven't seen the trailer yet though. The one problem with this game is we do have Lies of P now, so I do almost feel like the desire for like a Bloodborne-like is not as high as it used to be. It doesn't really narrow it down, yeah. I mean, yeah, it is FromSoft. I mean, FromSoft does both. The main question is, what will this play like? Will it play more like Bloodborne, or will it play more like Dark Souls / Elden Ring? Because they have a different style of play. One is more like shield-based, one is more parry-based. Why is there a jetpack? Hold on. Steampunk? Are they gonna show any combat? Any combat. Okay, here we go. Oh my god. Yeah, Bloodborne is more beginner friendly. It only took me 2 hours to beat the first boss. No, that's a lie. It took me a little more like 4 hours to beat the first boss, I'm pretty sure. So this is kind of like Night Rain, where it's a little bit more multiplayer focused from what I understand. I don't know how single player friendly it'll be.
Carrier of blood.
Right. No, that's just straight up a Bloodborne Hunter on that mount there. Oh my god. That's one of those games where I feel like I'll need to see like unedited combat footage to understand how it works. But like to get like a, you know, brand new FromSoft IP as like, as far as I can tell, a system exclusive, that's a big deal. Again, we have Bloodborne at home, but it is being made by FromSoft, so there's hope that's good. Is that like a rat with wings? Or is that a bat? Bat friend? Oh, that's ways off. Only on Nintendo Switch 2, there it is. Winged rat with runes. That's a big get, to be honest.
We'll be publishing a creator's voice article where the game's director, Hidetaka Miyazaki,
Jesus.
will share more details about the game. So please check it
This is
out.
gonna name drop Miyazaki like that, okay.
That's all from our
When the hell do they have time to make all this stuff? They're making Night Rain, they're porting Elden Ring, they're making this other game. It's like, how big is FromSoft right now? Like, I think I underestimated how, like, their development pipeline. That's kind of wild.
Who prepared footage for this presentation.
My only issue with Souls games is they always have spiders, and I cannot do spiders in games.
We'll showcase more games in the future, so we hope you're looking forward.
There's actually 2 more streams tomorrow of like Treehouse
Next,
demos.
please take a look at this.
So like we're gonna get a lot more footage tomorrow, and the next day. Hi Kirby, I'm calling it. This is Kirby. Never mind, it's not Kirby. Yes, it is Kirby. I saw the little spark and I'm like, this is Airite. This guy has to be Airite, right? Because that's how Airite starts. Pre-rendered trailer is kind of lame, not gonna lie. But, you know, this is very much like Smash Bros. Reveal style trailer. I wonder how many people saw this and knew it was Airite, and how many people saw this and thought it was Smash Bros. Because they saw Kirby. There it is. It almost looks like there's a USB port on the back of this Warp Star. Will we get any gameplay? Supposedly 2025, but... They're just bringing back the old vehicles, huh? That's weird. So hey, there's a bit of a shoe drop. Oh, that's... I don't like this logo. This is boring as hell. I'm gonna be honest. I hope this is a placeholder. Wait, no, this isn't the logo. That's the logo. That's still boring. Like, legit. Like, Kirby logos should be really, like, fancy and well, like, over-designed. This is just, like, black text on a white background. Like, this has to be a placeholder, right? Director... Masahiro Sakurai. So here's the shoe drop here. This is the first Kirby game that... Yeah, Smash 4 did that too, so, you know... It's just Sakurai being Sakurai, I'm gonna be honest. But, this is a big deal. This is the first Kirby game he has directly worked on since Kirby's Air Ride and Nightmare Dreamland. Both were in development at the same time. He got so mad at, like, stuff at HAL at the time that he ended up leaving and making his own company.
Air Ride, which originally released on the Nintendo GameCube system over 20 years ago, is getting a brand new game.
Damn, it has been 20 years, huh? That was 2003, I think.
Directed by Masahiro Sakurai. Next is our last trailer for today.
Alright, I know what this is then. DK! So this is also a big deal. When was DK90 not 94, 64. That was like 1997 or 8, I think. So this is also a big deal. First new 3D DK in a long time. 2000, that was later than I thought. He's kind of rocking the classic design too. Like, a lot of people are torn on this, but basically there's like the Nintendo design and the rare design. And like most properties stuck with the rare design for DK for a long time. So they're finally kind of going back to like the old school, like, you know, DK94 DK, which is also the one in the movie too. And yeah, it helped them to be like, oh my god, that's a lot of destruction. Jesus Christ, what are you doing? For all intents and purposes, this might be their Odyssey 2, but just with DK to do something more fresh. It's not pants, which is interesting. The level of destruction here is insane. Like, this is wild. And I wonder how... Oh my god, okay. I wonder how interactive it will actually be. Like, this is definitely EPD, or EAD, whichever one it is. Like, this is definitely, like, their flagship Odyssey team. Because also, they've been MIA all generation long. So they've been cooking up this for a while. I legit want to know what the... No, this is straight up the Odyssey team. There's no doubt about it in my mind. There's no way it's not. Donkey Kong Bonanza. That's like August. That's like a couple weeks after launch, I think. Ow. Rip. Oh, that's July. Never mind. I thought that was closer to launch for some reason.
That was a brand new
2 minutes left.
platforming action game starring Donkey Kong.
They better pace these releases better so people can actually have time to afford them.
Incredible strength, smash through enemies, walls, the ground, and just about everything as you demolish.
Welcome back, Caroline.
Underground world. More details will be shared in the future. We hope you're looking forward to it.
Thank you for watching so far.
Again, it's legit wild to not see like Koizumi, or like,
Nintendo Switch
2 you know,
launches on June
the typical hosts do this. They just let the hardware guys do it, which I think is really refreshing.
That will be available at launch. We'll release Nintendo Switch 2
Clean.
as well as a bundle that includes a digital version
AKA,
of Mario
if you don't want to pay $100 for a game, please buy Mario Kart with it.
For more details, please check the official Nintendo Switch 2 website, which goes live later today.
We'll be checking that out
We've covered
momentarily.
a lot of information, but that's all we have to share for today.
You'll have to wait just a bit longer for launch. We are very much looking forward to everyone being able to experience Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah, they just put the price on the
We
website.
appreciate you joining us today. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So the treehouse is gonna cover all this stuff? Oh my god, that's a lot. Or is this just covering like everything that was announced today? Oh, that is everything at the treehouse. Alright. So just for the sake of like ease, I'm just gonna hop over to Komatsu, because this is a decent source of information. Yeah, $450 is the price. I was saying $450 all along. The big thing for me is that games are getting more expensive. I thought games would top out at $70 again, like what PlayStation is doing. That games are more expensive than $70. That's the thing that's a pisser. But I've seen a lot of takes about this, and I'm inclined to agree that like games stayed at like $50 to $60 for such a long time that like the inflation of a GameCube game, it would be like really expensive now, like value-wise. So it's kind of like, it's almost amazing that games didn't go up in price sooner. And I kind of agree with that take. where it's like, yeah, and also just a recurring argument I keep seeing and I generally agree with that, like, it's also an issue of just wages are staying the same, but inflation keeps going up. Yeah, 700 CAD is rough. Yeah, GameCube games were 50, for the most part, from what I recall, and like Wii games were about 50. I remember getting like Thousand Year Door as soon as I could. Whoa, okay. Shadow Generations? Huh. Newly recorded cutscenes. Challenge mission: 60 playable characters. Select your favorite character and team up with up to 4 others as you pummel through hordes of enemies. You must mow down wave after wave before taking down the boss in the final stage. You just straight up drop gameplay with this? Okay. Now I can run like every other version, yeah. Why was that not here? I'm over here like, I don't play Yakuza enough to know, but like, I mean, it's cool. Is this only on Switch 2 though? Like, the director's cut? Interesting. Neat. So yeah, it looks like the multiplayer mode and like new cutscenes, basically. First ever. Neat. Well, read through that. Kirby Air Riders, again, this has to be a placeholder logo. I don't believe it is. It can't be anything else. There's a website already? I assume there's like nothing here. Yeah, there's nothing here. That's a clean render though. Yeah, there's nothing on this game. I don't know when the hell they're gonna talk about it though, because like, it's supposed to be this year. Fairy Guardian Hero is just making every enemy in a Yakuza game playable. It also reminds me of like Guilty Gear Judgment of all things. Of course I have to go there. Unpredictable. I know it. Creator's Voice will be on the 4th. Yeah, that's just kind of Bloodborne. It's by Miyazaki, so... Yep, there's Shadow Generations. Alright. Wow, they give no like, literally, why wasn't Sonic here at this direct? And, like, this is a real... I mean, that's neat. I already have it on Xbox, so of all things. Just because I like parody, and I have all my Sonic games on Xbox for the 3D ones, because they don't run great on Switch. Intergrade, that's neat. GameCube. Yeah, they left out a lot, I feel. I'm pretty sure like they straight up said this is canon, right? I guess why I read somewhere in the press release they straight up were like, oh, this is canon to Tears of the Kingdom, but everyone's like, sure, Jan, we'll believe it when we see it. Again, it's weird seeing Project 007 show up again, here of all places. Age of Calamity is like kind of not canon though, is the thing. It's a what if story. So... Or it isn't, yeah. Alternate universe shenanigans. I kind of wanted it to be more of just a straight, like, prequel. But I guess we would know how it ends. Oh yeah, this is confirmed for Switch 1. That's good. There's not much to curious about. Okay, so this edition is also releasing for the other platforms too. The 1 and 2 Fighters edition. Local wireless. Joy-Cons to perform various actions. Gyro battles. Tabletop mode. Amiibo. Da. I assume there's nothing more on the website. I'm trying to see if there's anything about crossplay. Because I'm seeing nothing about crossplay on this. Oh, never mind. I'll eat my words. Supports cross-platform. Hell yeah. Neat. Not that I'm gonna be rebuying this game on Switch, but that kind of rules. So the thing with Nintendo, to be honest, what did these do? Save and load your favorite character's outfits, control set. Oh, just like the save button mappings, I guess, and you get items as well. That's neat, I suppose. Yeah, suspiciously none of the SNK characters, so I'm not really happy with SNK at the moment, so I think that's okay. Yeah, I'm like, the only thing that doesn't surprise me is they've done this before, because Mega Man and Monster Hunter are some of the only third-party games to actually get Amiibo. So that part doesn't surprise me as much. Improved performance with higher frame rate, that is not helpful, thanks Nintendo. Yeah, Terry has an Amiibo. It'd be funny if that worked. If they just let Wii U... Oh, yeah. What if they just let the Wii U Terry and Ken Amiibos just work? Like, that'd be cool. I wish they would do that. Yeah, the load times are kind of bad, so that is a plus. I was kind of hoping they'd add, like, story content to this, not gonna lie. So they did say they were basically done with this world. They've, you know, done everything they wanted to do with Breath of the Wild's version of Hyrule. So that doesn't surprise me too much, but still. This is August, more information available here. I'll check that out in a moment. Star-Crossed World, I don't know how long this is going to be. The funny part is, for those who follow Insider stuff, everyone has been saying Robobot would be next. So to be getting a remaster of sorts of Forgotten Land is very funny to me. Because it's like, everyone was like swearing up and down, we're gonna get Robobot at this last Direct. Again, this is why you don't trust rumors. You, like, I will read the rumors, I will not believe them, like, as, like, a concrete thing, because Nintendo's getting Nintendo. Might be like the Magalore mode. That'd be my guess. It looked like it was reusing old areas, though. Like, oh, that's like general screenshots. But like, it kind of just looks like, you know, there's the city where the hearts crashed into the building. Like, you're kind of just going through the same areas again, but remixed. So it's not like a huge thing. But it is actually arguably more interesting. Yeah, like this is the amusement park. So it's kind of like remixes of old stages. I don't know if that's worth like $20, but... Oh hey, they're detailing them. 1440p. Yeah, this one looked a little like, you know, like I could see the shadows, like pixel edges. So it's like, this isn't 4K, this has to be 1440p. This one doesn't actually give specific resolution, which is annoying, but very Nintendo. Like literally, why doesn't that? Like this still says improved frame rate, so it might still be 1080p, but just 60 FPS, which is fine. And like Metroid specifically says resolution settings and Joy-Con support. And did they say more coming soon? Yeah, 1440 60 I think is a reasonable compromise. I actually think 4K 60 is like overkill, personally. I legitimately think that's like way more, like that is excessive. Here's that basic ass menu. Maybe we'll actually get themes this time. You can get the add-ons as a like card, but like these two are actually in the expansion pack, which is nice. But like, how to buy? The answer: you won't, because scalpers. Yeah, the UI looks the same. I'm fine with it. It's like very functional, but it's just boring. It's like if there are themes though, I will feel better about it, but I don't think there will be. I'm not gonna lie. They actually straight up were like, yeah, we were almost gonna call this the Super Nintendo Switch. Like, they were very blunt about that, from what I was reading, which was interesting. I mean, it's a decent launch-ish lineup. Yeah, the eShop is like web-based, so with more like RAM and like better CPU, I think it'll run better, hopefully. They still need to curate a lot of garbage off the eShop because it's just basically been overrun with like AI-based shovelware. Where is the thing I was seeing about the list of non-supported games? I'm gonna do a thing. Launch Windows solid, but day one is underwhelming. Yeah, I can see that. Here it is. Mario Kart and a tech demo, yeah. But if games are this expensive, then like, yeah, they need to spread them out, unfortunately. Just because it's like, yeah, you're not buying more than one game at this launch, probably, because everything is absurdly expensive. So I kind of get why they're spreading out games more. The Switch 2 cannot be inserted into Toy-Con goggles. Also, yeah, Mario Kart's are very replayable, and like this is my attitude with the PS5. You have so many games on Switch that will run better, so it's just like you're getting benefit out of older games too. So it's like, because it's back compatible for the most part, I do think there is a benefit to like it has a built-in base of like thousands of games already, which is like the PS4. The problem with the PS5 is it never got enough first party beyond what was back compatible to be that worth it to me. Some games require Nintendo Switch Joy-Con controllers. Games with startup issues and games that are playable with some incompatibilities. Games that require Joy-Cons. Joy-Con 2 controllers don't include an IR motion camera as it is featured on the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con, so it's only possible to play... Okay, so yeah. IR sensor and like stuff that literally requires Labo. Joy-Con 2 controllers do not fit inside the leg strap accessory, so it's only possible to play that mode with. But I assume you can play this with everything else. Like, you can probably... Well, I mean, you're not going to want to play Everybody 1-2 Switch anyway. The volume of the Joy-Con 2 controller's voice feedback vibrations have been reduced compared to the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con controllers, so it may be more difficult. That's a very specific disclosure. Yeah, they're doing arcade archives too. But yeah, a lot of games with emulation are having issues. A lot of the ACA line... Poisonous Blob, a lot of retro collections. Batman Enemy Within by Telltale. That's specific. Dead by Daylight, to be fair, I don't think that runs well anyway. End of Magnolia, that's kind of a bummer for me, because I was kind of interested. Final Fantasy 1, that's odd. But not the other part of the Pixel remasters. Yeah, mostly collections, I'd say. Kill La Kill If. To be fair, the PS5 and like Steam Deck is a good example where they just have to work out some in post, basically. There is a rumor of a new version of Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville as an example. So yeah, some of these might just be getting different versions. Night Dive, oh that's a bummer. This isn't the Neptunia that got banned in North America, I assume, if it's on this list. Travis Strikes Again, that's a bummer, because that was one of the Switch announcement titles. Under Night, oh damn. I mean, I'd play Under Night on PC anyway, but still. New Colossus, again, I kind of hope they go back and fix up some of the Bethesda games, because like, you know, New Colossus is good on Switch, but if they bump it up, it would actually be a really good version, portably. A lot of like... interesting ones on this list, like, I forget Simon Kagura Reflections is even a game that exists. It's a really horny one. That doesn't narrow it down with Simon Kagura, now that I say this out loud. Games that start up, but some include in-game incompatibilities. Dust and Legion Tale. Hitman 3 Cloud version. Well, good thing they're doing a dedicated version then. Mega Man Legacy, but not Legacy 2 is weird. Or the X Legacies. I wonder if it might just be like an empty framework, like version problem. Because that was the rumor for why certain collections skipped Xbox for a long time, is because a lot of Capcom's like collections still use empty framework. The ones that use RE Engine, like Ace Attorney, are on Xbox. But a lot of them skipped Xbox that were specifically on empty framework. So I wonder if that's part of the problem with Legacy Collection 1 specifically. Just Dance 2019. Yeah, that's weird. The issue is being investigated, so they're working on it. Saints Row 4 also just runs like ass normally. I played it on PS4 and I ran into so many glitches. Again, like Street Fighter 3, it's like, I wonder if this is a engine problem. This is in Japanese, I cannot read that. Yeah, just kind of a scattershot list. But yeah, like PlayStation 5 still had some games that just did not work for some reason. But yeah, nothing I own. So I'm not like personally affected by that. Steam Universe isn't compatible, but OKKO is? That's odd. So yeah, the obvious elephant in the room is pricing, obviously, because like, you know, Mario Kart is like $80 digital, $90 physical, supposedly. I don't know if that's true here, too. Yeah, I'm not waking up for these either. I'll be interested to see, like, direct capture footage of some of these in action. Yeah, this is the frustrating part with this direct, is, like, a lot of good stuff was in this event. Like, I think this was a decent, like, lineup. 70 digital, 80 physical in the States. Well, that's better than 90, I guess, but... Commentary from Princess Zelda herself that was not part of the original games. That's interesting. It's physical and you don't own the game anyway. Is that confirmed for all games, or just some? Because, like, with the game card thing, I was confused on if all the game cards are just keys, or if just games that won't fit are keys. Like, I know Street Fighter 6 is confirmed to be, like, on the game key thing, where it's like, the game isn't on the cart because it's, like, 100 gigs. But I wasn't sure if that was the case for, like, every Switch 2 game. Or if it's just, like, specific ones. Yeah, in that case, might as well go digital if that is the case. But again, yeah, but like, that has been one of the nice things about Switch, is having things on cart. So yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on that, because I'm wondering how that'll turn out. Because again, some are like straight up confirmed to not be on, like, just not on cart. Others are like still nebulous at this point, so it's like, I wouldn't be shocked because Nintendo is first party, and they can give themselves the better, like, carts without, like, charging as much. If, like, first-party games are still on cart. But yeah, that sucks. My overall feeling on this direct is I'm excited for a lot of stuff shown off. But, like... And most are unpatched on them, or unpatched anyway. This is something else that Nintendo's done really well this gen with Switch 1. They've actually gone back and reprinted carts to have updates. So, like, I have a couple games that I bought late, and they actually have the update pre-installed on the cart, which is really nice. But that isn't the case with all of them, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't know exactly how I feel about things at the moment. My overall impression is generally positive from a what exists standpoint. Oh, the other big caveat I need to state, there is a Japanese version of the Switch that, through conversion rates, is about $330 in Japan. It only has Japanese language support. The general belief of this is it's literally to keep people from, like, trying to import scalp stock from Japan for the sake of dodging tariffs. The general belief that I've been seeing is, well, one, Nintendo's a crappy company, to be blunt, who will make very corporate decisions at times. But the other feeling is that games probably would have been 70, like, physical, too, if it wasn't for the tariffs going on right now. And, like, the console itself might have been 400 if it wasn't for the tariffs going on right now. So, yeah, there's a lot that I will legitimately blame Nintendo for, but this is a case where it's like, I think it's a little bit more nuanced than that. For the tests in progress. Yeah, this is a very small list of games that are not compatible. Yeah, it's basically the price of the OLED. Like, imagine if the Switch 2 came out here and it was $350. Like, that could have happened if we weren't in a trade war with the entire world at this point. Which is, like, also upsetting to me in so many ways. Yeah, my overall feeling on this is I'm relatively positive on Switch 2. Obviously, I'm not getting one day one, because that is a lot of money, but... And with everything else getting more expensive too, that is another reason why I'm not as excited. Processor made by Nvidia, they aren't giving any details, which is frustrating, but that's very Nintendo. Two to 6 hours, that's not bad. 3 hours charging time, that's not too bad. This is also something that bums me out, only compatible with microSD, so I'd have to buy new SD cards. 2 USB ports, yeah, that's neat. HDR support, VRR. VRR, I don't know if that was said directly, but that's interesting. Yeah, that's $200. I only have a 400GB SD card in my current Switch. So yeah, there's this sort of feeling of like, I'm both like excited about it in some ways, but I'm also just kind of like, yeah, it's expensive. Okay. Again, I just want to know if these are Hall Effect or TMR. I don't think it'd be TMR, that's I think too recent for them to do that, but Hall Effect could be an option, and it's rumored it's Hall Effect, but nothing is confirmed. Pro Controller being 90 doesn't surprise me. I mean, the DualSense is like $80, and I legitimately think, straight up, like completely separate from what Nintendo's doing, PlayStation already raised the price of the PlayStation 5 in most regions. They didn't raise it here yet. I would not be shocked if the PS5 base model goes up to like $550 for the disc drive version. Like, it would not shock me if the PS5 went up in price, or the Series X, just because these tariffs are so ridiculous. I don't even know what the hell the PS6 is going to cost. I think that would be $800, if I had to make a guess. Games are definitely going to get more expensive there. So yeah, it's kind of one of those cases of the entire world's kind of on fire, which is the unfortunate part about reacting to something like this. Is just the dire situation that the world is in, and having to be reminded of that while also trying to do an event talking about nice little fun video games. So that is something that legitimately like bothers me about doing this basically. Is there's a lot of like very complicated aspects to a lot of this. Transfer app is like the same, works the same way. I missed the Pikmin from Wii U. There was like a menu where like the Pikmin will carry files over. I missed that. This is more functional, mind you, but it's less charming. Wi-Fi settings, user profiles. Alright, this is the other thing, free updates. So some games are getting free updates. ARMS. This is weird to me. Why is ARMS getting an update? Like, genuinely. Other than to add, like, the game chat support, which is, I think, what it's just going to be. But it's like, I wonder if ARMS is getting anything else. I think ARMS technically already has rollback. I don't think it's good rollback, but I read somewhere that it supposedly did. Oh yeah, download play also. Like, Odyssey would be neat to have Odyssey with, like, maybe improved performance or add support for features. Now, a lot of these are just going to be game share, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it doesn't actually say here. But it'd be nice if, like, you know, Odyssey could run at, like, 60 FPS. Or, like, 120 FPS. Like, Odyssey, I think, is also, like, 900p, so that could go up to, like, 1440, probably. Captain Toad, I wonder if they'll, like, add back the mic controls for 3D World and Captain Toad. Because these originally had mic controls on Wii U, and they had to take them out for obvious reasons. I wonder if they'll add those back as an option. Echoes of Wisdom and Link's Awakening desperately need performance updates as these games run in a weird, like, triple buffered VSync that just causes the frame rate to drop from, like, 60 to 30 randomly. And, like, loading a new area. Yeah, it could just be for balloon mode. Like, or it could just be, like... Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, Clubhouse games are pretty thorough on... New Super Mario Bros. U is weird. Like, New Super Mario Bros. U, but not Odyssey, is odd. Scarlet High, these are probably performance-based, and also game chat. Big Brain Academy is also performance. Did I say... What did I say? I meant Wonder. How to buy? Again, you won't, because... Game Builder Garage? Oh right, that's on here. Weird. Like, what could that be? Accessories, Pro Controller. It says 80. So, I mean, that's not too much more than the current Pro Controller, so I'm almost surprised. It looks nice, though. Again, if it's Hall Effect, I'll be interested. If it is not Hall Effect, Left and right Joy-Cons. There's only one color option too, which is kind of a bummer at launch. I'm sure there'll be more eventually, but at launch, it's a little, like, dry to only have one color option. Charging grip for specifically, like, charging not through the console itself. Joy-Cons are $90. That's steep if they still have potentiometers. Joy-Con wheels. I mean, I never liked using motion controls for Mario Kart. Cameras, $50. I wonder if people will be able to get these cameras to work for, like, other things too, like general all-purpose webcams. Dock sets, $110. That kind of tracks, unfortunately. Carrying case and screen protector. I'll probably just get, like, a tempered glass someday. But again, this is operating under the broad assumption that I will get this console someday, which I would like to, but it is still very expensive. Huh, it's C to C this time. The previous dock was A to C, so that's interesting. Specifically branded microSD Express cards, which are just like, let's just upcharge. Let's just upcharge you by putting Mario on it. I'll just get a generic brand one. Also, it has better speeds too, so for some of the functionality, it might work a lot better. Accessibility. I mean, this is just kind of like what we already had, I think. So, text-to-speech is neat. Yeah, it's gonna probably be relatively the same. No Splatoon. That's surprising to me. Can't wait for my Fortnite microSD Express with some nothing item. Yeah, they'll probably do that. Like, I was expecting at least, like, an acknowledgement of an update, just to give it, like, mouse support or something, but... Oh well. Yeah, my overall impression is, like, other than the price, I'm relatively happy with it. But, like, everything else, like, seems decent. Again, the launch lineup is very spread out, which I think is actually better in some ways. To just, like, release a game every month, basically, instead of, like, 3 first-party games at launch. But that's just kind of my way of thinking. Like, keeping this console in the hype cycle longer, that makes sense in some ways, but... Again, it's a bummer if you're not interested in Mario Kart. And this game looks phenomenal, though. Like, it looks genuine. Like, you can tell it's the Odyssey engine, but it looks fantastic. And it's like 4K. Saw a Pokemon-themed SD card. The Pokemon was cheaper. Interesting. Like, sometimes they end up being more expensive, which is a bummer. Yeah, they actually have a fan this time, which is cool. So I feel like the dock is doing a lot more upscaling. I'd be interested to see a teardown, see what's actually inside the dock. Auto low latency mode. That's nice. Yeah, the Joy-Con magnet system is interesting. Yeah, the branding might raise the price. The mouse is interesting. Again, I'll just use Discord, assuming Discord does not implode by then. Faster speeds. I wonder if it's, like, soldered, or if it'll be, like, just an NVMe. I'm sure it won't be an NVMe, because then you could just upgrade it, and Nintendo wouldn't want that. Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. I don't really have a whole lot to say beyond that. This was a 2-hour stream somehow. In spite of me originally thinking this would not be a very long stream. But I'm kind of talking out, because I've been talking for 2 hours now. I hope everyone enjoyed my thoughts on this. Again, I think I'm leaning more positive than a lot of the opinions I see online, and that it's like, at least I'm trying to, again, maybe I'm just playing devil's advocate, but it's like, yeah, I don't like it, and I don't have to like it, but I kind of feel like I'm trying to understand this, because it's like, I don't think Nintendo would just go from like $60 games all the way to 70, or like to 80, skipping over Tears of the Kingdom being 70, their only other $70 game, if it wasn't for the current economic situation. I think they were going to target 70 for first-party games, but then just went to 80 because physical's a nightmare right now for tariffs. But again, that might be giving them too much credit for all I know. Yeah, beyond that, a lot of interesting stuff. We'll see how it all plays out. A lot of question marks remain, but we'll see. I'm gonna hide the window capture so when I close this, it doesn't show anything I don't want shown on screen. But yeah, I'm just gonna call it here because I am pooped out. I'm tuckered out. Next stream will probably be Monday. We'll probably continue Sunshine, which again is very ironic in hindsight. See how far we can get in that. Stream schedule beyond that, I'm still trying to figure out when the hell's the best time to organize anything. Because it's like every time I want to stream conflicts with something else, it feels like. So, I have no clue when I'm streaming next beyond Monday, which is a pretty safe bet. But we'll see from there. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope everyone has a good rest of their day, a good weekend, if I don't stream by then. And take care.